Hello, especially for the Dirty Secrets channel.
Vanessa Harlow's office sat 40 floors above Manhattan, a glass kingdom where everything gleamed. She adjusted her Cartier watch, a gift from Robert on their last anniversary, and surveyed the skyline that had become her backdrop. The morning light caught her engagement ring, 3 carats that sometimes felt heavy on her finger. The Anderson merger closing documents need your signature, her assistant said, placing a leather portfolio on the desk. Thank you, Emma. Vanessa signed with the Mont Blanc pen Robert had given her when she made partner at the firm. Robert's gifts marking all my milestones, she thought. Always there, always. Perfect. She caught herself smiling at her reflection in the window. Senior partner at 36, engaged to Robert Caldwell, philanthropist, entrepreneur, Manhattan royalty. The society pages called them magnetically matched. Their wedding 6 months away would be the event of the season. Her phone buzzed with a text from him. Late meeting. Rain check on dinner. Love you. Something flickered across Vanessa's face. So brief she herself almost missed it. Disappointment? No, something else. Relief? She pushed the thought away, signed the last document, and told herself this was just the rhythm of 2 successful people building their empire. You should have called, Robert said, voice velvet smooth as he slid into bed beside her. It was past midnight. It was just drinks with Sarah after work, Vanessa replied. I didn't think I needed permission. His laugh was warm, disarming. Permission? Goodness, that's not what I meant. His fingers traced her collarbone. I worry. The city's not always safe. I work in the city. I've lived here for 15 years. And now you have me to look out for you. He kissed her temple. I called you 3 times. My phone died. You should carry the backup charger I bought you. Vanessa felt something cool settle in her stomach. She'd left the charger deliberately, an unconscious act of rebellion against. What exactly? Sarah asked about you, she said, changing the subject. Oh. Something in his tone shifted. She said she saw you yesterday. At Mercier's. She's mistaken. I was in meetings all day. That's what I told her. She was so certain, though. Robert's hand stilled on her shoulder. People see what they want to see. Later, as his breathing deepened in sleep, Vanessa stared at the ceiling, replaying Sarah's words. He was with a woman. Blonde. They looked intimate. The charity gala blurred around Vanessa, champagne flutes clinking, diamonds catching light, Robert working the room with practiced charm. She watched him from across the ballroom, the way people gravitated toward him, how effortlessly he belonged. Vanessa Harlow, a voice said beside her. The woman who captured the uncapturable. She turned to find Marcus Devereaux, a colleague of Robert's she'd met once before. Robert's always been a free spirit, Marcus continued, his eyes slightly glassy from champagne. Most successful men are, she replied, a practiced line. Marcus studied her face. You know, I always thought Elise was the one who'd finally. He stopped abruptly. Sorry, ancient history. Elise. Just someone from years ago. Before you. Marcus shifted uncomfortably. Robert didn't mention her? He's mentioned several ex-girlfriends. Ah, well. I should find my wife before she accuses me of hiding. He squeezed her arm. Beautiful couple, you two. Vanessa smiled automatically, but as Marcus walked away, the name echoed. Elise. She'd never heard it before. Later that night, while Robert showered, she found herself opening his laptop. His password accepted her fingerprint. They'd registered each other's for convenience. She hesitated, then searched his emails for Elise. Hundreds of results appeared. The most recent from 3 days ago. I never thought of you as the jealous type, Robert said, his voice mild but his eyes sharp. He closed the laptop. Elise Brennan is a business associate, who you've emailed almost daily for years. She works for my foundation's European branch. Of course we're in regular contact. Vanessa felt foolish, but couldn't silence the whisper of doubt. You never mentioned her. Should I provide a comprehensive list of everyone I correspond with? His smile softened the words, made them reasonable. The emails seemed personal. We've known each other a long time. There's history, but not the kind you're implying. He took her hands. Vanessa, look at me. You're what I want. What I've always wanted. She believed him. because the alternative was unthinkable. But that night, she dreamed of locked doors, of running down hallways that never ended. The next morning, she called the foundation's office on a pretext and asked for Elise Brennan. "I'm sorry," the receptionist said. "We don't have anyone by that name currently employed here." The pieces fell like slow rain. A credit card statement with charges from weekends. Robert was supposedly at conferences, a woman's voice calling his phone. Hanging up when Vanessa answered whispered phone conversations that stopped when she entered rooms. A receipt for women's perfume. She'd never received photos on social media of Robert at events he'd told her were canceled. It was another woman's earring that finally broke through her wall of denial. Pearl and diamond, expensive, caught in the lining of his suit jacket. As Vanessa held it in her palm, the world seemed to pivot beneath her feet. That evening, she asked about his day with practiced casualness. "Meetings, endless meetings," he sighed, loosening his tie. "The Tokyo deal is falling apart." "That's too bad," she said. "Sarah mentioned running into you at the peninsula for lunch." The lie unfurled between them. Robert didn't miss a beat. Sarah's confused. "I was at the office all day." Vanessa nodded, her heart hammering as she understood. Lying came easily to him. It always had. "I need to access Robert's calendar," Vanessa told Emma. "For wedding planning purposes." "Oh, I don't have access to Mr. Caldwell's calendar," her assistant replied. "But Julie might. She was his assistant before she moved to the foundation." Julie Brennan. She's the executive coordinator at his foundation now." Vanessa's face remained impassive, but her mind raced. Brennan. Like Elise Brennan. That night, she searched public records for both names and found a connection. Julie Brennan had a younger sister, Elise. From there, the truth unraveled quickly. Elise Brennan, blonde, beautiful, living in Paris. Social media showed her at events Robert had attended. Their connection stretched back years before Vanessa. In her bathroom, Vanessa stared at her reflection. Who was this woman with shadows under her eyes? When had she started to disappear? "You're imagining things," Robert had told her last week when she'd questioned another late night. "This is what insecurity does, it invents problems." Was she imagining it all? She touched her reflection, wondering when she'd become someone who doubted her own perception. The storage unit wasn't in Robert's name. Vanessa found it listed on a statement from their joint account. Monthly payments to a company called Secure Holdings. A lawyer friend helped her trace it to a facility in Queens. "I'll need to see ID," the manager said. She showed him her driver's license. "The account is under Hamilton Partners." Another corporate entity she'd discovered in their financial records. "Sure thing, Mrs. Caldwell." She froze. "It's Ms. Harlow." The manager checked his screen. "Oh, my mistake. It says here the primary account holder is Robert Caldwell, but spouse access is authorized." Spouse. The word rang in her ears as the manager led her to the unit. Inside, furniture she'd never seen, photos in frames, women's clothing, and files, boxes of them. Financial records showing accounts she knew nothing about. Property deeds. And most damning, marriage certificates. Robert had been married before twice. Both marriages annulled. Neither ever mentioned to her. One of the brides, Elise Brennan. "Were you ever going to tell me?" Vanessa asked when Robert returned home. Her voice was eerily calm. "Tell you what?" But his eyes darted to the documents spread across the coffee table. "That you were married to Elise Brennan. That you've been seeing her our entire relationship. I can explain. That you have offshore accounts. Property in 5 countries. That you've been systematically lying to me for 3 years." "Vanessa, I trusted you," she whispered. "I defended you to myself. I thought I was losing my mind." "This is being blown completely out of proportion," Robert said, his voice regaining its usual confidence. "The past is complicated. Yes, Elise and I were briefly married years ago. It didn't work out. The financial arrangements are just tax planning." "And seeing her while we're engaged? Is that tax planning too?" "I'm not seeing her. We have business. Stop lying." The force of her voice surprised them both. "I have proof. Photos, hotel receipts, witnesses." Something changed in his face then, the mask slipped. "You went through my things. You investigated me." "Yes. After everything I've done for you, I made you." Before me you were nothing. The words struck like physical blows. I was a partner in my firm before I met you. A small firm no one had heard of. Now you're somebody. Because of me. My connections, my influence. Vanessa felt a strange calm descend. This was the real Robert finally revealed. The weeks that followed were warfare. Robert froze their joint accounts. He called her clients, suggesting she was unstable. He threatened to reveal personal information if she continued this vendetta. You're overreacting, he told her when he found her packing. Let's just talk about this rationally. There's nothing to discuss. If you walk away, you get nothing, he warned. The prenup is very clear. I never wanted your money. No. Then why did you agree to marry me? The question staggered her. In it lay his fundamental misunderstanding of her, of love itself. He couldn't conceive of a motivation beyond gain. You won't survive without me, he said, softer now. You know that, right? Your career, your social standing, it all comes through me. I survived 33 years without you, she replied. I'll manage. But as rumors spread through their social circle, as clients began to distance themselves, as friends chose sides, Vanessa felt the magnitude of what she was losing. Not just the relationship, but the life she'd built. The identity she'd constructed alongside him. At night, alone in her new apartment, she wondered, who was she now? The call came on a Tuesday morning. Ms. Harlow, this is Detective Morris. We're investigating some financial irregularities at Caldwell Enterprises. We understand you might have information. The evidence she'd gathered became part of a larger investigation. Robert's empire was built on more than personal lies. There were financial ones too. Tax evasion, fraud, misappropriation of foundation funds. As she testified, Vanessa felt a strange disconnection. This man she'd nearly married. Had she ever known him at all? You did the right thing, Sarah told her over coffee afterward. Did I? I've lost my job. My reputation is in shreds. Temporarily. The truth will come out. The truth, Vanessa repeated. I'm not sure I even know what that is anymore. But slowly she began to rebuild. She started her own small practice. She reconnected with friends she'd drifted from during her years with Robert. She relearned her own rhythms, her own desires. One evening, she found an old photo, herself at 25, just starting her career. The brightness in her eyes, the confidence. When had that woman disappeared? She didn't, Vanessa realized. She was just buried for a while. 1 year later, Vanessa stood in a different office. Smaller, but hers alone. The plaque on the door read, Harlow Legal Advocates. Specializing in cases of financial abuse and fraud, Robert had been sentenced to 8 years. The society pages that once celebrated them now chronicled his fall. Elise had vanished back to Europe when the investigation began. Vanessa's phone buzzed with a text from her sister. Dinner still on for tonight? She smiled, a real smile that reached her eyes. Wouldn't miss it. As she gathered her things to leave, she caught her reflection in the window. There were new lines around her eyes, a certain hardness to her jaw. But there was something else too, a clarity, a presence. She thought of Robert, of the life she'd nearly had, trapped in a beautiful glass cage. The pain remained, but its edges had softened into something like wisdom. Outside, the city stretched before her, not as a backdrop now, but as a landscape of possibility. She walked into the fading light, feeling the weight of her own footsteps, the rhythm of her own heart. For the first time in years, she was fully, completely present in her own life. Beneath the surface of loss, she had found something unexpected, herself.
Thank you for watching. If you liked the story, like, subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. Thank you.